the first thing the guy did after leaving the hospital was keep touching the female doctor's head, because every time he touched her once, the system would reward him 100,000 yuan. Seeing such a good thing, he got extremely excited right away, thinking this time he could finally get rich and reach the peak of his life. So the guy immediately went on to touch the female doctor's head dozens of times, earning millions of yuan in a frenzy. It turned out just one day ago, the guy had streamed for 48 hours straight to support his family, but he never expected his wife to dislike his stream's performance, and forced him to drink a whole cup of soybean oil. But the next second he started vomiting blood, and was sent to the hospital. The doctor said because the guy hadn't rested for a long time, he had a stomach bleed and his condition was very dangerous. If they didn't perform surgery immediately, he would lose too much blood and develop cerebral palsy. Hearing this, the guy immediately asked his wife to pay for the surgery, saying he had earned over 1 million yuan in the 3 years of marriage, and the family definitely wouldn't be short of this little money. But when he opened his phone, he found there was only 15 yuan and 8 cents left in his balance. All the other money had long been taken by his wife, transferred away without him knowing, and seeing how seriously ill he was, his wife didn't want to spend a penny, saying no one would be willing to spend money treating a cripple who might become cerebral palsy. Just as the man was in utter despair, a familiar figure appeared, and this person was not only an intern at this hospital, but also the campus beauty from the guy's college days. But back then he was blind to her goodness, and rejected the campus beauty's marriage proposal, marrying this selfish and scheming woman instead. But just as he was shocked to reunite with his old classmate, he suddenly awakened a system. The system told him, as long as he could get the target of his strategy to 90% favorability, he would get a healthy body, and a 1 million yuan cash reward. Before the guy could react, what was happening? The campus beauty anxiously asked someone to wheel him away to prepare for surgery, and then without saying a word, paid 100,000 yuan for the hospitalization fee. And at this time the guy also learned from the system, his wife's favorability towards him was actually minus 20%. Only then did he realize that his hard work over the past 3 years had all been for a thankless person. But just as the guy was in despair, the campus beauty stood up for him, stepped forward and gave this vicious scheming woman a good beating, scolding her for being heartless, for not even being willing to pay such a small surgery fee. But the scheming woman only regarded the guy as a free money-making tool. Now knowing the guy was about to become cerebral palsy, she immediately refused to put up with it, immediately saying she would go to the Civil Affairs Bureau for a divorce certificate tomorrow, saying she would cut off all ties with the guy from now on, and have nothing to do with him anymore. After saying that, she turned around and left without caring about the guy's life. On the other side, when the guy woke up, he was already lying in the ward, but at this time he was shocked to find his phone had actually received 1 million yuan. Only then did he realize the system he awakened just now was real. But after coming to his senses, he turned and slapped himself hard, thinking he almost lost his life for that thankless wife. He felt extremely regretful, thinking he was blind and stupid. And at this time, the guy found his body had fully recovered, without any discomfort. But after the excitement, he saw the campus beauty who saved his life lying asleep by the bed. Seeing this scene, he felt extremely grateful, gently touched her head with compassion, thinking he must repay her well in the future. But the next second, in his ear came the system's prompt sound. His touching action actually triggered a random reward. 100,000 yuan arrived instantly. This shocked the guy greatly. Unable to believe it was true, he quickly touched the campus beauty's head again to test, and indeed received another 100,000 yuan reward from the system. Seeing this scene, the guy became extremely excited, never expecting this doting system to be so useful. So to get more rewards, he touched the campus beauty dozens more times, until he woke her up. Only then did he reluctantly let go. But just at this moment, the guy's wife suddenly came to the ward, then held a divorce agreement and forced the guy to sign it, wanting him to leave the marriage with nothing, and said from now on, whether he was cerebral palsy or paralyzed on one side, it had nothing to do with her. But the guy didn't show the slightest reluctance after hearing this. Without saying a word, he signed the divorce agreement, and handed it to the scheming woman. At this time, the scheming woman thought she could finally get rid of the burden that was the guy, then walked out of the ward with an arrogant stride. And seeing the guy being bullied like this, the campus beauty burst into tears in anger. Seeing this scene, the guy hurried forward to wipe the campus beauty's tears. Unexpectedly, this action of his triggered a system critical hit. Not only did it reward the guy 5 million yuan on the spot, but also gave him a precognitive ability. Never expecting that, when he turned his head, he saw the campus beauty's future. The system showed that in 30 minutes, her parents would die in a car accident, and she would jump off a building in despair. He originally wanted to directly tell the campus beauty the truth, but because he cared too much about her, he triggered another reward, being given a save and load ability, so he immediately chose to save the game first, then turned to remind the campus beauty again, but never expecting her to think he was talking nonsense because of a fever from the surgery, so the guy had to think of another way. He said he wanted to repay her for saving his life, and wanted to invite the campus beauty's whole family to dinner. After saying that, he asked her to call her parents quickly, to ask where they were, but found out the old couple was stuck on the elevated highway, and would take 20 minutes to arrive. And just at this time, the system sent another prompt. In 15 minutes, a chain car accident would occur on Hongjiang elevated highway, triggering a huge explosion. Hearing this, the guy immediately snatched the phone, saying a chain car accident would happen on the elevated highway, telling the old couple to abandon the car and hide far away. But the campus beauty thought he was talking nonsense again, and snatched the phone back. Having no choice, the guy had to swear to heaven, saying he wasn't lying. If there was a word of lie, he would get back together with the scheming woman immediately. Seeing him swear such a vicious oath, the campus beauty believed him right away, so the two hurried towards the congested elevated highway, but they were still one step late in the end. Just as the campus beauty answered her parents' call, a huge explosion suddenly sounded in the distance.